This is the IS3, the Russian Tier 8 Heavy, one of the most popular tanks in the game, with over 10,000 players having this tank. But, according to Blitz, it's pretty middle of the road. So what is it about this tank that doesn't make it shine in its tier, so to speak? Or should it shine? Well, let's have a look. Hello again everybody and welcome back to VIII Blitz, and today we're going to look at the IS3, or the Big Russian Bear. This is a Tier 8 Heavy, and as I said, this is one of the most popular tanks in the game. There are over 10,000 of them out there, but when you look at its overall stats, it's pretty middle of the road. It has a win rate of just over 51% and is less effective than its brother, the IS3 Defender. So what is it that doesn't make this tank? Well, this is what it looks like. Pretty spectacular tank, to be perfectly honest with you. It looks meaty and it looks mean, and this is it in Armor Inspector. And I'll be honest with you, I hadn't played this tank for a long time until yesterday, realistically, and I did all these videos over the last 2 days. There is its armor. Now it's got this pikey nose, and as you can see, it's got some spaced armor by the tracks, and it looks relatively solid. But it's not as solid as you think. I mean, the turret is pretty hard, but you can see the top just above the mantle. You can pen that. And here it is front on, going up against an IS5. And as you can see, the armor in itself does look pretty mean. Okay, if you wiggle it and jiggle it, you get this pikey nose and you get that trolly Russian armor, and you can bounce. And as I said, the turret is pretty tough. Now, its HP is only 1500, which is pretty low. Its view range isn't too bad. The DPM on this thing, if you stick in the 122mm BL9, which is its tier 9 gun and its top gun, you get about 1900. What, just shy of 2000 realistically. If you stick in its tier 8 gun, the 122mm D25T, then that DPM shoots up to 2248. The thing is, you then lose penetration on that gun, and you only get 175, whereas in the tier 9 gun, you get 225. Damage wise, they're both the same. You will knock out 400 Alpha. The rate of fire, well, it's just shy of 5 rounds a minute, which gives you a reload time on the top gun of just over 12 seconds. If you take down to the tier 8 gun, then you're hitting about 11 seconds on a reload time. Depression, well, as a Russian tank, you've got a really bad 5 degrees, but decent elevation at 23 degrees. Speed, well, it's about 38 kilometers an hour, not too bad. But the thing about this tank, and this is the interesting part about it, it does have the ability to get up close and personal if you know how to angle that pikey nose. And this is the thing about the IS3. I mean, I hadn't played it for a long time, to be honest with you. But the thing is, it's a good brawler. I mean, you can brawl in this thing if you know how trolly its armor is. It's got that amazing trolly Russian armor. Okay, things are going to pen you. The downside to this tank, however, is its gun. And I don't mean that in a bad way. When it penetrates, boy, it's an effective gun. Okay, it takes a bit of a time to get the reticle down, and you have the typical Russian gunner. And sometimes it does struggle to pen. Now, this video here, I put this video in here because the first part of this game, I had absolutely dreadful ping. So, no, I'm not drunk. No, my driver's not drunk. No, I'm not just randomly bashing into walls. I were having ping spikes. And the reason I wanted to keep showing this is because we all get ping spikes. And it's difficult to play the game when you've got ping spikes. And I just wanted to keep this clip in so you can see that, you know, everybody gets ping spikes. And you've got to try and deal with it as best you can. I mean, look at this. It's look. Doing little circles in an IS3. No idea where I'm going. Tank completely stops. I can't do anything. I mean, I even tell everybody, ping! And the irony is, I think that my ping here was just under 1,000, which is pretty unplayable. But it does level out after a while. And ironically, I mean, I live in Dubai, and we're meant to have one of the best internets ever. Not necessarily so, unfortunately. And I generally, I get jealous at watching, you know, you guys playing around, because you generally get ping at around, what, 35 to 50. My ping average is actually 140. So it's always interesting. But I wanted to show that because everybody suffers from ping, and, you know, I don't think of cutting it, because we all should see that we all suffer from ping from time to time. Anyway, the thing about the IS3, yes, it's got trolley armor, and it really has, but it's the gun that sometimes lets it down. And it's not because of the low damage, because it's got a fantastic damage when it works. It's because it sometimes does struggle to pen. Not all the time, though. And this is the thing about the IS3. I mean, look at that. I mean, we've bounced over 600. Okay, we've only knocked out 300 damage at the moment, but that's not the point here. The thing I love about this tank is its ability to get into a brawl. Now, I don't recommend that everybody goes out and just suddenly brawls in an IS3. Get used to its armor, get used to its pikey nose, and get used to that fact, because you will, look, yeah, bouncing that Panther 2 there. The Panther's going to pen me in a minute, though. But you can do this, you can brawl in it, you can get up close and personal. Now, I know the Panther's not going to waste me, and I'm going to be able to waste him because I've got better gun than he's got. And when tanks present themselves side on to an IS3, boy, you're going to put them in a world of pain. The other thing it's got is really good HE. Watch this. I mean, this is a Russian gun. Okay, it takes a long time, but look at that. Over 600 into that blimmin' Borsig. Poor Borsig. This is why the tank is effective. But I don't understand, I still don't understand why this is middle of the road in Blitz stars. As I said, this really is very low down in the Blitz stars armory. In fact, if you look at the tanks above it, you've got a lot of tanks above it, like the AT-15, the KV-4, the Glacial is actually above it. This interests me. Even the T-44-100 is, on average, a better tank than this. And that makes me wonder why. And is it because of the tank, or is it because of the way people play the tank? And that's the interesting part, because I think this is a really solid Tier 8 tank. I mean, we did over 2,000 damage there. We bounced quite a bit. We only took 1 kill. We didn't take any bases. And we get a first class for our troubles. I mean, 2,939. That's just shy of 3,000 damage. This isn't a bad tank, guys. It confuses me why this tank has such low statistics. Especially when you consider the fact that it's the 3rd most played tank in Tier 8, below the IS3 Defender and the IS6. But as I said, it's only got just over a 51% win rate. And its damage per minute, funnily enough, is almost the lowest in Tier 8. Which again surprises me, considering it knocks out 400 high-end alpha. So is it the tank, or is it the way the tank is played? And this is what I've been struggling with. And I think it's the way the tank is played, because on paper, it's a good tank. You know, it really is a good tank. Now, this is a tech tree tank. And in the tech tree at Tier 8, there are exactly 9 heavy tanks. This ranks number 8 out of that 9 for DPM. So it's the 2nd worst DPM tank. However, it is the 2nd best tank for damage. And that says a lot. Premium wise, there are 16 premium tanks. This one ranks 11th out of 16 DPM wise. So there are 5 tanks that are worse than it. Whereas, damage wise, it is better than 5 tanks and equal to the other tanks. That says a lot. This is not a bad tank. So why is it not really shining? And the only thing I can think about is, as I said, it's the way it's being played. It's not the tank itself. Now, so I rolled out in it, like I said, yesterday and today. And I had really good fun in it. Okay, it took me a while to get used to its armor again. But once you get used to that armor, boy, you can have some good fun in this thing. And the only thing I can think of why it's so low on the hit list is because people are misunderstanding the tank, which is a shame, because it actually is a really effective tank. It has a good gun. Okay, sometimes, like I said, it struggles to pen, but not all the time. It's got pretty decent maneuverability. Mobility-wise, you know, it's not some lumbering hunk of Russian metal. It's got quite a good turn of speed. It's got quite a good turning circle. And it's a good brawler. And as I said, it's got that trolly Russian armor. It can be a good side scraper. And if you put it in the right position, it's an effective tank, guys. And it deserves a better win rate than what it's got, in my opinion. I mean, in the last game we did just over 2,000 damage. In this game we're doing just over 2,000 damage. We've bounced a few shots. We've taken a few kills. It's a good tank. And I don't think this should be, realistically, a middle-of-the-road tank. But it is. And I think it's being undersold in that respect. And, you know, for the life of me, as I say, I think it's the way it's played rather than the tank itself. And I've been trying to look for all the faults and all the flaws in this thing. And you know what? Apart from its penetration, I really cannot see many faults in this tank. Yet, people don't like it. People really struggle in this tank. And you don't need to. What you need to do is go out and look at its armor and try and work out how best to be effective. Okay, it's got a long reload. Of course it has. But it's a lot better than the IS3 Defender when it's loading its magazine. I mean, the magazine reload on the IS3 Defender is huge. Okay, between clips it's not so bad. But this thing, just shy of 12 seconds. It's not really troublesome. It's a heavy tank after all. It's pretty low down. The armor is effective when it wants to be and when you know how to play the armor. But I think the gun is a good gun. And it just takes a bit of patience. And this is where I think people struggle in this tank. Because I think too many people run around and try and get up close and personal too quickly. And this is not the type of tank for that. This is a proper heavy. I mean, okay, look at that. I mean, we just wasted that Gravedigger. One shot. In a game, we're going to churn out just over 2,000 damage in this game. And we're going to win this game and get another first class. So, the tank is... I mean, watch this. Look at this. I mean, that's a massive roll. I mean, this tank is a good tank. And I feel sorry for it. And I feel sorry for it because it's getting a reputation that it doesn't deserve. And I know people prefer the IS3 Defender or the IS5 or even the IS6, but this tank is being overlooked, and I think we need to do like an IS3 promotion. We need to get the IS3 up to where it realistically should be. Its win rate should be better than 51%. It should not be a middle-of-the-road Tier 8 heavy. This should be up there, challenging the IS3 Defender, challenging the IS5. It should not be a low IS. This should be up there, guys. And yeah, I enjoy this tank. 2,600 damage, we take 3 kills, we're top tank. I really like this tank. And I really think this tank is misunderstood. Now, this is the last game, and I played this literally about, I don't know, 20 minutes before I made this video, funnily enough. And this was first thing this morning, and I'm rolling out here on Naval Frontier, which is a perfect map for the IS3, funnily enough. All those dips and bumps and things, it's just ideal. So we've already bounced there, 260. We've already bounced it. So, you know, at this moment in time, I thought that they'd be coming this way. I told the team to go this way. They haven't. They've actually gone the other way. But that's not a problem. So now we're going to roll up here, and as you'll see, they'll all just pop up over there. They're on the right, which is fine. So we're going to roll up and look at the ISU 152. We see the ISU 152. Watch this. We get a huge roll into that ISU 152. He's now effectively a one-shot. So we've taken no damage yet. We've bounced a shot. we've got involved. We want to take out the ISU, but somebody else does it for us. Not a problem. Now we're going to go rolling down against that KV-4. Now the KV-4 is a pretty tough target. It's got, you know, trolley armor. He's got his back to me. I'm going to stick one into him, but he'll stick one into me first, and I bounce it because of the angle. He's hit the pikey nose, and it's just gone bouncing into oblivion. He's on a long reload. I'm on a long reload realistically, so I'm just going to back away. He can't shoot me now. Now I'm going to roll forward. Now I've reloaded, and you know, another really high roll, another 400 odd something into the side of him. So we've done just over 1,200 damage. We've bounced over 600. We're doing okay here. So we're now going to get involved in the main fight, which is down here, despite the fact that we said let's go left. Some people decided to go right, and if you notice in a minute, the Louvre gets very upset with me and says IS3 is reported. There you go. I don't know why. Some people are just strange, I tell you. So here we go. We've got the Falcon. There we have it. He bounces me 400. I stick 425 into him. I'm now going to rush down there. Look at this. Yeah. His turret is slow. I'm allowed to get round him. He doesn't shoot me, by the way. Somebody else does. I waste him. He's gone. We've now done quite a bit of damage. Now I'm going to bounce the AMX. I'm going to give him a little nudge, take 5 away from him. I've now bounced 1,500. Oh, there's WZ. Forget the AMX. Poke with him. Now bounced just shy of 2,000. Bounced again. Now we've bounced over 2,000. We're going to brawl with this WZ because he is a mean little target. Oh, completely missed that shot. Not to worry. Can he reload? Look at the mobility on this thing. Oh, anyway, WZ's gone. Now we've just got the AMX. We've done 2,235. We bounced 2,100 and something. Play with the AMX. Give him a big shot there. He was down to 6 points. Now we've bounced 2,300 because the AMX is going to struggle to pen. I'm going to flick onto AG because I just want him gone. Doesn't matter where I hit him. He's now gone. We've done quite a bit of damage now. We've taken 2 kills. I know there is a Type 59 and there's an IS-6 left. It's 3 against 2. The T-44, bless him, is doing a really solid job. The Panther 2, Jag Panther 2 has gone to help out. I can see the Type 59 and I can see the IS. So I'm going to roll around here and I'm just going to try and get up close and personal with the 59. There's the 59, put a shot into him and then ram him. He's gone. We've now done over 3,000 damage. IS-6 gets a good roll into us, left us on next to nothing hit points realistically. He's on a longer reload than me. He's going to come around the corner and I'm going to pop him one. There you go. This is why I like the IS-3. And this is why I'm struggling to work out why people are struggling in this tank. 3,594 damage, 4 kills, steel wall, shed load of medals and ribbons. Top of the team, and I don't know why the Louvre was whinging. He did 1,200. You know, he didn't set the world on fire, yet he wanted to report me. I did ask him why he wanted to report me after the game, and he just gave me a load of abuse in chat, saying I had no skill. Clearly, because I only got a mastery in 3,500 damage. That's the IS-3. I think it's an underestimated tank, and I think it deserves better. It's a good tank. You just need to know how to play it. And I think once you know how to play it, boy, is this an effective machine. Anyway, guys, I hope that was informative and useful. And I hope we can get the Let's Make the IS3 Great Again campaign going. If you've got any decent replays that you want to show me, doesn't matter if they're aces, just anything really good, even funny ones, please do so at fujitsblitz@gmail.com. By all means, comment below, even press the like. And if you haven't yet, press subscribe, because it's a really nice thing to do. Because the more subscribers I get, the happier I am, and the more I can probably get out of somebody else to give giveaways. And with that, I will say my usual. Stay safe out there, guys. Have fun on the battlefield, and happy tanking. Because you know what? That's what it's all about. Having fun and being happy.